Oh wait, mad bitch alert, the bitches is all fake. Oh, okay, the bitches all mad cause bitches they ain't paid. And that's on the motherfucking mob, bitch.
Sometimes at the start, you can feel all by yourself. But I have a partner, but I can't trust no one else. So don't isolate yourself when there's nobody around. I'll be there to think of that.
So Shay, what does your pussy sit in your pants like?
A fucking grapefruit is real fat and succulent. It vibrates a little bit when you're touching it.
What I truly can't nobody break this bond. You're one on one. Just now we're having fun. One on one.
Okay. Hello. I know most of my videos are like very energetic, very like, you know, full of life and energy, you know, that's just what I'm into. But like this video, I don't know whether or not to look at the camera or right here. Bitch, and I done made 100 videos, bitch. Come on now, Shay, figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna just look right here. But yeah, this video, I really put off making it because I get vulnerable on the internet, and I don't be wanting to get vulnerable on the internet because I know everybody that watches me is not a supporter, and some people really have bad intent. It's probably a mad ass bitch watching this now. Hey bitch. Waiting to, I guess, have some type of ammunition to use against me because like I said, being vulnerable on the internet is like something, bitch, I don't do. But I feel like it's a disservice to my day ones and my real ones that really fought with me, that'll ride for me, you know, that'll bust for me, that be in the comment sections when people talk about me. Y'all be defending my name across the internet. Y'all watch me, y'all live for me, y'all get y'all snacks, y'all tell y'all friends about me. So I feel like there's real genuine support from all ages, younger, older. I got my aunties watching, hey, my uncles, my older gay friends, my younger gay supporters, my teenagers, 15 and up, 10th graders, 11th, whatever it is. So it's a lot of more people that really would want to see that side of me, and like that'll make them feel closer to me because we are friends, bitch. We just do a screen. We're just friends. They haven't met yet, and I feel like letting y'all into my vulnerable side, I guess, it's about time because y'all done proved to me over and over again that y'all ain't going nowhere. Okay, we still popping on YouTube, still putting up numbers, you know, still that bitch. As you can tell by the title, this is gonna be very hard to do because this is something that I never thought I would accept happen to me, or never thought would happen to me, and it's years later that I'm finally dissecting and really putting a name on it because I just didn't want to believe it. And this is a very scary situation for me, and I'm gonna try really hard. I'm gonna try not to cry on camera, okay? And if I do cry, I'm gonna probably edit it out because this really touches me. So I'm gonna shut up and let's see what the heck is Shay talking about. When I was 17, first of all, I knew that I was gay. Well, I knew that I don't really identify as gay because I still like studs, hey? But it's easier, makes the conversation move faster if I just say gay. But I really don't have a sexual, I like what I like. But I knew that I was not normal by society standards way long ago. I used to wear my mama heels when she goes to the grocery store and kick them off when I see the car pull back in the driveway. Like, I've been one of the girls. But I never really expressed myself because, you know what I'm saying, I always felt like gay was a bad connotation. It was negativity attached to it, so I really suppressed it until I graduated high school. After I graduated high school, I was starting to grow on the internet a little bit, and I started, you know what I'm saying, seeing people really fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, that don't even know me. So like, if these people can fuck with me that don't even know me in real life, I'm pretty sure they will fuck with the real me, and I'm not even being real with myself, kind of shit. So that happened, and I did not want to, I don't think I've ever said this on camera. I did not want to come out at first because a lot of my supporters followed me when I was straight, or telling people I was straight. I didn't want to tell people that I like boys or was attracted to them because I felt like it would make people not want to watch me no more. And boy, was I wrong. Y'all was so supportive. y'all was so nice and sweet, and it really like made me really appreciate y'all like on a different level, because I thought that it was not gonna go that way for me. So, but with me coming out, I was a hoe. Now we're not gonna beat around that bush, okay? I was. When I came out, a bunch of niggas from my school that was DL started hitting me up. Niggas from places like, and then I was popping on the internet. So niggas in different cities is like, oh, you did it, like, no. So, you know, I'm out here, and I was for the streets. I'm getting older now, so I'm for the sidewalks. But I was for the street. Bitch, I was for the highway. I was for 285. That's where I got introduced to this app called Jack. Which I've talked about it before in a bunch of other story times. A lot of my story times on my channel are Jacked or some gay chat and grinder app based, Tinder, whatever it's called. That was the first app that I really like found out, like, okay, it's like an app for gay people to meet up and be friends and do nasty stuff. That's what it was. So I downloaded it, and this was actually like literally like the first time. I think the first time I had downloaded it, I had met a guy. I was 17 at the time. He was like 20. And he was fine as hell. He was cool. He pulled up on me. We chilled in his car. We talked. That was like my very first time on Jack. It was a positive thing. He demolished my throat. And I was like, oh my God, okay, like, this app is great. You know, nothing, no bump on my lip. I'm still good. I'm still, yeah. The second time, I have this thing, I don't know. What I'm attracted to is very different. I'll be attracted to something one day and not attracted to the next, or not as much. And I don't know if it's because, child, the lack of a father figure. I have father figures because I had uncles and stuff, but like, I don't know. It's just I am attracted to daddies, like older men. Every once in a while, an older man that's like 30, 35 with like a little beard, like a little buff, or like, you know, I don't know. I just like I don't know. They just, ugh, I don't know. And so I was on Jack, and there was plenty of those, but some of them daddies look ugly as fuck. There was this one man, and he was seemingly somewhat attractive, and he had texted me, and he was like, you know, hey, beautiful. I'm a hood bitch. You can't call me beautiful. Like, oh my God, you're not lying. You see the material. And we was talking or whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, I was interested. You know, this is gonna be the second time around. I'm like, okay, Shay, but you 17, you young, you lit, you popping, you like, let's do it. He wanted to pull up on me that night after he got off work. So I was like, okay, I guess, like, yeah. He told me he was like 36 or something like that. So I'm like, that's good. That's good for me. Like, you know, he looked good. He got a little body on him, like, whatever. Fast forward to that night, he pulled up on me, and he said he's outside, and I look out the window, and it's this old beat up, like, I think it was a Lincoln, old beat up golden-ish looking car. But I was like, you know what? He a hood nigga. Hood niggas always driving. Okay, just trust the process. He gonna trust the process. And so I walked out there. I had on like a long ass t-shirt, fucking some little panties on under me. I think I was barefoot. Like, I was just, you know, just ready to get out there. You know, I ain't need no clothes. We was, you know, we was gonna do the do. So I went and I walked around the back. I gave him my neighbor's address. I sent him down the street at first. I mean, he had to pull back up because I didn't want him to know where I lived at. So I was walking like kind of out of the woods somewhat, so he didn't know where my house was because I was still somewhat smart. And as I'm walking behind the car, and I go to unlock the door, and I got in, and I sat down, and I really wasn't looking at him yet. Ooh. When I closed the door, I looked over, and it was not who I was expecting. And when I made eye contact with him, he had locked the door and started driving. And to describe him, he was like very big. Like the picture of him that he had shown me, like it was like from him like 10 or 15, 20 years ago. He was like big. He was big, like a heftier person, and his hair, he had like bald spots. It just looked really rough and like just scary looking, and it was dark, so like I just seen a silhouette of this big creature with this older fucking, like, he was just so scary looking. And his just eyes just staring at me, smiling, grinning. And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared as fuck. Like, my heart dropped because I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And he's driving. I'm like, where the fuck is we going? Like, what the hell? And so he asked me, you know, how was I doing? And I'm not gonna lie, looking back, I wanted to get out that car and run, but in that moment, and like that's why I said I never thought this would happen to me, because it's easy to tell somebody else in a situation like just run or just say no or just get away, but like in that moment when you're genuinely like really scared, like I was frozen in fear. I didn't know if this man had a gun. On all the common sense that I should have been thinking beforehand, just like came to my mind when it was too late. I was like, what if he has a gun, or what if I run to my house and then he realizes where I am and then he stalks me? So it's like I physically could not move. I was just sitting there like, oh my God, like I'm really in the car with this weirdo, this old ass, like ugly. He's so ugly. I told him, because y'all know from my old story times, I have a little special park place where I bring niggas to the little cul-de-sac, but it was outside of my neighborhood. I did not want to take him because we'd have to drive through a whole bunch of woods to get to that place, and no. So I had to think quick on my feet. I was like, well, there's a part of my neighborhood where there's still houses around. So there's neighbors if something happened, but we don't have to leave my neighborhood, you know, and do nothing. We could stay here because I didn't want to get too far from my house. I told him, like, take me to the other side of our neighborhood so we could park, you know, chill. And I just wanted to talk to him. I didn't want to do nothing with that man. Like, and he knew. He knew that I was nervous. He knew that I was scared. That man had to be at least 55, 60. Like, that man, no. And you could, like, my voice was shaky. My voice was cracking. Like, you just, like, I did not want to be in that situation. But because I didn't know what would happen if I tried to escape it, I just sit there. So we parked and we talking, and then he tells me, oh, you look really beautiful tonight. And I'm like, thank you. And then he put his hand on my thigh and started like rubbing up my thigh. And like, at this point, I'm just like, I'm so disgusted, but it's just like, girl, what you got yourself into? The plan for him coming was like for us to like, you know, do nasty stuff. But, you know, when I seen him, I was just like, okay, I know for a fact, we just finna talk our way out of this one. And we're just gonna, whew, it was a close one. And so when he started rubbing his hand on my thighs and like looking at me, like I had jumped a little bit. He was like, don't be scared. Like, I got you, I'm gonna take care of you. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice, that's nice. He was like, so when you gonna, you know, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know, I've never done that before. I'm lying like hell. He was like, I could show you. I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. Not this time. Maybe the next time. I want to get to know you. No, I'm trying to use my game, but I'm 17. I'm young. I'm dumb. The game I got now couldn't happen, but you know, I'm fresh, new on this shit. He was like, man, come on. You made me drive all the way out here for nothing. Like, you know, you gotta give me something. And then I started feeling like, okay, he's gonna feel like he wasted his time. And if he feels like he wasted his time, I could potentially be in a world of trouble because he may not take that as respect. I remember I looked over there at him and I just seen like him just looking at me, like waiting. And I did not want to, man, when I tell y'all, I did not want to do that at all. But I felt like if I did not, that man was gonna hurt me or stalk me or something. And so I leaned over, I started like doing it, and I felt so disgusted, bro, because I did not want to do that shit. I swear that shit made me feel so disgusting because like I just knew I wasn't supposed to be doing that. Like that right there. And he was like pushing my head down, and I was not trying to, oh girl, I was not trying to do that. And about like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, and he was like, okay, so he started reaching over, like grabbing my butt, trying to like put his finger in there. And I was just like, I was moving his hand, but he kept moving it back. And I guess he thought I was moving it because like, it was like some kinky shit, but no, I was dead ass like, I'm not into this shit. Like, I'm disgusted, bitch. I'm really disgusted. Yeah, he was like, so you gonna let me hit? Cause you can't just think head is just gonna be enough. And then I was like, okay, no, like, no, baby, that's not gonna happen. He was like, oh yes, I am. And then, mind you, like, I'm in the middle of giving him head when he says it. So at that point, I'm like, shit, I'm in too deep. He's pulling my shorts off and trying to finger me. And I'm like, okay, hold on, that's too fast. He was like, shh, I got you. You young. You know, I know how to deal with people like you. He tried to put his finger in there. And mind you, y'all, I'm really tight. Like, I'm a virgin at this point. And I've just started messing with boys for real. So, like, ain't nobody ever did that. Nobody ever went. It was an exit only. At one point in time, this ass was an exit only. So when he tried to do it, it really hurt. Because like, his hands were so big. Like, he looked like he worked at an assembly line. He had big callous fucking fingers. Like, and you trying to, I was like, and I'm trying to laugh to keep from crying because this shit is really like getting to me. And I remember when he tried to do that, I set up, I was like, okay, all right. I don't know about that. And then he looked at me for a second and I was scared because I felt like he felt like that was like a move of disrespect. So I was looking at him like, and he got out the car. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? And when he got out, I was like, what are you doing? He was like, come on, we about to fuck. I was like, did you not just hear me? Like, no, that's not gonna happen. He was like, come on. I was like, okay. And this man is big. Like, he's like 6'1", 6'2", big, heavy duty. Like, if he was to hug me, I'm not getting out. Like, grip type of man. He's very intimidating, put it like that. He was very intimidating. So I got out the car and we went to his trunk. He told me bend over his trunk. And I was like, okay now, like, this is all right. And so I did it and he got behind me and he started trying to push it in there and it wasn't going. It was like pinching and he was like, oh, that's only because, you know, we ain't got no lube. So then he started eating me out and like, mind you, this is like all like in my neighborhood, like it's houses. I remember he was doing that and the whole time I'm sitting there, I was like, God, please let somebody open their window or something. Like, I do not want to be in this situation. Like, this is disgusting. This man, y'all, he looked like a gremlin. Like, he was so ugly. So ugly. And he looked like he's used to rejection. And if I was to reject him, it would be his final straw. I remember he kept trying to put it in. I was like, it's not going. He was like, shh, I got it. And he kept trying to force it in there and like push it. And I'm just sitting there like, if this shit goes inside of me, and I lose my virginity to this man. Well, I kept telling him like, okay, bruh, it's not working. He was like, no, relax. And I'm like, bruh, it's not going to happen. He started trying to look on my ear and like whisper in my ear and be like, it's okay, just take it. It's fine. It's almost in there. Just work with me. He had pushed and I felt like it was going in and y'all, it hurt so bad. I had like jumped and I was like, okay, I can't, like, you gotta stop. Like, this is hurting. This is not pleasurable. This is not, no, I'm not enjoying this. And he was like, so you just like gonna leave me without a nut? You just gonna blue ball me? I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, that ain't got shit to do with me. So he stands there and he just starts staring at me, masturbating. And he like tells me, like, just stand right there and just stare at me. And so I'm just standing there staring in this man's eyes while he is trying to get to his nut. And he's just like licking his lips, looking at me. And I'm, y'all, when I tell her I'm so just like over this whole situation, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, bitch, how to, like, nah. I felt like I had no control over the situation. I remember he busted a nut right there on his car. And he had asked me to look it off. That ugly motherfucker said, look it off the car. I was like, no. He was like, come on. And he had got something to put on his finger and tried to put it to my mouth. I smacked his hand, like, and then he started laughing. The whole thing was funny to him. Like, he was just like, he was not catching those social cues that, like, I'm not interested, I'm not entertained by this. This is a joke to you. I'm dead ass scared. My heart is beating fucking out of my chest. Like, I'm scared. And I remember he asked me to get back in the car so he can drive me back to my house. And I was like, nah, I'm good, I'll walk. I don't want you to pull in the driveway and wake my family up. He was like, I could cut the lights off. I was like, nah, I'm good, I'll walk home. He was like, you sure? I was like, yeah. And so he got in the car and he was like, all right, well, I'm gonna text you when I get home. It was nice meeting you. We definitely gotta do this again. And I was like, okay, I had fun too. And he drove off, and as soon as that car got out of sight, I've never, and since this day, this is the only time I've ever felt genuine disgust, like disappointment. That's the word. Like, just disappointment. Like, I felt so weak to my stomach, like I could throw up. Like, and it was a long walk home. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I walked back home. Remember, I'm barefoot, so I'm walking in the street, barefoot, long t-shirt, like just sick to my stomach. I got home, I took like 3-4 showers. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Family still asleep. I'm in the shower, scrubbing, like I'm brushing my teeth. I got the toothbrush in the shower. I'm brushing my teeth like 5 times. Like, I'm using this one. I'm trying to clean my body, but bitch, it's an inside filth, bitch. Like, I can't seem to scrub, bitch. Like, why the fuck do I still feel dirty, bitch? I'm in the shower. Like, what the fuck is it? And I tried to put it off in the back of my mind, just like it never happened. It just never happened. Just fuck. It was, you dropped the ball one time. It was just one bad dude. You still got to, just think better next time. And that was when I was 17. I'm 21. To this day, when I think about that man, like, I start tearing up. I get emotional. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it has been 4 years. Like, and I'm still traumatized by that man. Like, and I'm not no sensitive, I want y'all to feel bad for me, yo, I'm a victim. Like, no, I never even seen myself as no victim. Like, I didn't feel like I was sexually assaulted. I didn't feel like I was raped because I got in the car. Like, I chose to link up with him. I could have got out and ran away. I could have said no. I couldn't have, when he got out the car, I could have just got out and ran. Like, bitch, so I feel like I kept telling myself, like, bitch, you ain't, like, nah. But a lot of people are sexually assaulted and, like, taken advantage of sexually, and, like, fear is like the weapon, or like it's what's immobilizing you or demobilizing. I don't know the fucking word. Like, I hate when I'm trying to say something I don't know the words to say, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what it was for me. And so, but I never told nobody. I never cared, because I never want nobody to feel sorry for me. Like, I never want nobody to feel, because I feel like I got over it. Well, then again, I don't know. I got past it. It didn't take me out. So clearly it made me stronger. But like now, I'm to the point where like I could really like, I guess, accept what happened and like, like realize, okay, that was the really messed up situation and it's not okay. And I felt like until I like really say it out loud, because I never thought about it again. Like, but until I say it out loud, like, I guess I won't have no closure or something like that. And it's gonna keep haunting me. Like, it's 4 years in and I'm still crying the same tears that I cried for like 2-3 months after it happened. Like, every other night, bitch, I'm on live entertaining y'all. Would get off live and literally cry. Like, dead ass. Like, bitches don't know, like, this, because it'll just come, like, it'll just come back to me, like, it'll remind me. And so I think that situation with that man, that's kind of what made me like want to mess with more boys and take control. Like, I was the one that was leading. I turned myself into the bad bitch and they wanted me. Like, I stopped texting boys first. You know how I say on Tinder, I don't text niggas first. They gotta take, like, it's a control thing with me. Like, I feel like I'm in control. You want me, and I don't want you. So it's like, I feel like that's why I started doing that with boys, and I started running through so many of them, because I felt like, bitch, if I can control all these other boys, I'll forget about the time where I felt like I didn't have no control, and I'm all these dicks in, and it still ain't work. I'm all these dudes in, it's just like that man still, every time I think about that man's face, y'all don't understand how scared I was, y'all, like genuine fear, like, and I put that in my mouth, like, like that right there, I'm gonna remember forever. And that sick old ass nigga, I know he knew that I did not want to do that. Like, you can't tell, like, the vibes I was giving off, I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, I can act so shy, so nervous, so uninterested, that he'll feel bad and be like, just, you know, you can just go in the house, because I can tell you're not interested. No, like, that did not for him, that wasn't his mo. He didn't care. He just wanted to get his nut no matter what. And, bitch, no. I never really told my friends about it. I have a lot of friends that don't know this ever happened. But yeah, I feel like also me doing this story time, if someone else is, I guess, dealing with or has been through a similar situation, and it haunts you every once in a while, you just can't, like, sexual assault is real, and a lot of people deal with it, and I'm a strong person. And I'm not gonna say being emotional makes you weak, but I'm a very strong person. But even me, it got me, bitch. I didn't want to believe, but it got me. Because whenever you're in a situation that you don't want to be in sexually and you feel like you need to go through with it out of fear of your safety, welcome to the club. Like, that's generally what the hell it was. And even to this day, I still can't say out my mouth that I was like, because it just don't, I don't want to believe. I don't want to believe that I was sexually taking it. I don't want to believe that. Like, that shit, nah. Like, I'm a pimp. I'm a player. I play dudes. Like, Shay got all the dudes. Like, nah. Like, and that's never happened again. But, yeah. Only advice I can give, because I know how to smile through it. I haven't really mastered how to act like it never happened, because it still comes back every once in a while. It used to be every other day back then, 4 years ago, but now it's every other month. Like, the reason why I even thought to do this story time, because when I get ready to think of the next story time to do for y'all, I run through my mind like, okay, what's something that I didn't do? Because, like, a lot of my story times are, like, very similar. I met a boy while I was out. He wanted to link up. He took my throat. That's really a lot. So it's like, I can't give y'all the same story 10 times 10. So I was thinking, like, what's something different I've never done? And this one came to my mind. And when I was thinking about it, I was sitting in my bathroom, taking a shit. And while I was thinking about it, I started crying all over again. I was like, oh my God, there's nobody around me. There's no cameras. There's no nothing. Like, why the fuck am I crying? Like, and so I know it's something deep on the inside of me that, like, still is scared. But, man, fuck it. I don't know what to say. Hopefully sharing it with y'all, maybe it'll make somebody not feel alone, relate. I don't know. I know y'all was expecting to laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I messed up the vibe, but I had to get that out because I ain't never told nobody. Like, I had to say something. Well, hopefully, I'm not gonna say enjoyed this video, because bitch, if you enjoyed hearing me talk about stuff, like, I'm gonna feel like you a hater. So hopefully you hated this video. Make sure that you hated this video and leave a thumbs up. Subscribe. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your cousin about me. For someone out here, and a lot of people may not know, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna wrap this video up. A lot of people may not know that you're playing into something that's going to mentally affect somebody for the rest of their life, because that man probably doesn't even know that I'm still thinking about that night. It was just a nut for him. I blocked him, moved forward, like, no. Like, he probably don't even know, but you don't know that you really affected. I'm a bad bitch. Like, you don't even know. Like, no. I don't want anyone watching to not catch cues. If someone is not interested, or seems like they're not interested, or if you feel like you need to coerce them or convince them to do something with you, if they want to do something with you, they will do it. Okay? 4 no's and a yes is not a yes. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Because sometimes it is possible people will do stuff out of fear of what you're going to do to them, what may get, like, in the spur of the moment, they'll do something that they really don't want to do. And it's not until after the fact that they sit down and think, like, yeah, so don't do that. If the person doesn't seem interested, masturbate. Fuck it. Just don't, because you could try to think it's cute to, you know, pursue, like, no, I'm gonna get this, like, I'm gonna, like, no, if she not interested, if he not interested, just let it go, like, just move forward, because I'm 21 years old. I consider myself a young, successful, black person. I got my own shit, and I still feel like a little helpless 17-year-old gay boy fresh out on the scene that was taken advantage of, like, every once in a while, and that shit is, like, traumatizing for real. And I just mask it with laughter and stuff like that, because, you know, I'm not saying I'm depressed and shit. I'm not. I'm happy. But every now and then, it does get to me. So I'm working through it. And yeah, but hopefully y'all appreciated this video, and maybe you learned something new. And it could stop somebody from doing something, because you may not have the intent to hurt someone, but it will hurt them. Remember to love yourself and be yourself unapologetically. Remember that if you carry yourself like royalty, these folks got to respect you. But until next time, delete them dating apps.